open. This is the meeting of October 5th, 2023. We're a small enough group, we all know each other, no need for introductions. Approval of the minutes from the last meeting, has anybody had a look at it? Little hit list there. Discussions.
Second.
All those with opposition? No? I guess it's passed unanimous. I like these relaxed rules.
Yeah. Officially on the committee now.
Doesn't much matter,
I think it's you three.
3, 4,
There's four, okay.
as long as, as
5, John.
long as there's a council representation
Yeah.
where it's a council
Okay.
committee.
Gotcha.
And as far as legal informed us, we do not have to follow Robert's rules, so
We don't.
we just have to have a good old discussion and shift our suggestions to the is all actions that we postulate it's gonna happen with the council. So, okay, minutes have been approved. Farmers market brief is our next study.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Tom Malcolm hugely for the success of the first season of the farmers market. We had some bumps and it was a very rainy spring and summer, so we survived in spite of that, and I'm feeling really good about the responses from both the vendors and town and people who came through. The vendors were all very happy with how it went and are beginning to putting more vendors, which is what we really need. So that being said, just a quick summary of the brief from the meeting that we had in August. What we need are more vendors. We need, if possible, some food trucks and beverages like coffee. We need more craftspeople. I would see streamlining of the registration process with the town so that people can pay online if possible. And perhaps expanding, tweaking the peddler's permit to permit the sale of books by main authors, which other farmers markets do allow. And I know that will take some work to work on that, but I would like to increase our visibility as a home for the arts, people. That would be really cool. We had some live music thanks to Jeff Ham and Tristan McAvoy. That was very popular. Much had a resource table, which was really quite actively visited. I had flyers from the library and from the town about different events and things like information about food pantries. I gave out the magnet with the updated emergency numbers. That was very popular. A lot of people were visiting their older parents who live in Millinocket, and they were very grateful to have that fridge magnet. So I would like to see more use the farmers market as a place for sharing information about town events and resources, local resources. It's become a reason not to utilize it. Eric, Randy at Boreal had a booth with a survey about different people's opinion, architectural plans for the Heritage Plaza, and he set up a really nice visual, written comment survey that people could fill out. So that example, any town wants to do a kind of public survey, that's a really easy and free way to do it. So I would encourage the town to really think about that. What we really need in order to get more vendors is more commitment from the town, including development of a logo, maybe with Design Lab, that will be really recognized. That can use the mountain motif very nicely. We have an M in Farmers Market, Millinocket, something really nice and graphic. It could also be used potentially for merchandise, because people, I was at a farmers market in Portland, Maine, and there was farmers market aprons and tote bags and things like that. So potentially it would be a source of income for the town, and just advertise other than Baxter Park, so, there are companies that will do that if you provide the graphics. I really would like to start that discussion if possible. And to have a link on the town website, farmers market, without having, you wouldn't know that we did. You can get the application if you go to business and then the links to licenses, but if you're just not from Millinocket or thinking about what to do in Millinocket, you wouldn't know there was a farmer's market if you just glanced at the town website. I was very, town advertised the farmer's market on their digital sign. That was really cool, and people mentioned that. So I am committed as a volunteer. I'm no longer with AmeriCorps, that part ended, but I'm committed to continuing as a volunteer over the winter and next summer. But Tom had suggested that maybe we form a farmer's market subcommittee of the Age-Friendly Committee, which I think is a great idea. There's lots of odds and ends to work on. Communication with vendors, working out a central hub. Right now, I was the hub. People would call me Saturday morning to say, open today, it looks like rain at 2 o'clock, that kind of thing. So something a little bit more formal than that would be good. Can we could stay open till 2? At vendor request, it's people driving out to be there. So having it only from 9 to 12 is kind of a hardship. It would be great if we could continue to 2. And I would like to really expand with some activities for maybe some face painting, maybe even a festival of some kind. We could have an art festival. We could have displays of artwork, local artwork. People could vote, kind of like the chili contest at Trails End, but it could be for art. There's all kinds of possibilities that we could explore if we had a dedicated committee to that. And also, university as well as the Wabanaki Health and Wellness have different educational programs, seed saving and pickling and things. We could have a table, educational demonstration table. And I would suggest waiving any vendor's fee for that because they're a nonprofit. It would be very popular. So it's really no limit to the kinds of creative things that we can do with a farmer's market. And but I think Tom and I have been in the backbone this summer, and we really can use a little more help with it. And I'm open to questions, people. From the Age-Friendly Committee.
I want to thank you for all how you put in there. And what catches me is that a number of these issues can only be resolved.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I would suggest that you work on them individually, and then you can group them in one order and have a presentation and
Okay.
to the council.
Do you think it'd be a good idea to have a subcommittee and something of Age-Friendly?
That's fine, but if your subcommittee, it's just one more layer.
Yeah.
I mean, and I agree, people dedicated to that one thing, if that's all they want to work on.
But we don't necessarily need a separate committee, maybe.
Well, I think if you're gonna have a different committee, you should bring in other perspectives. So like Economic Development Committee is a committee
Mhm.
that should be involved with that, because they want a lot of this stuff
Yeah.
also. So if there was a subcommittee, it should be like some cross, like not members.
Sure.
Or maybe it's kind of a work group that's like not an official town committee, but the people who are really dedicated from, people from potentially that committee from Age-Friendly who want to make that recommendation to the council later
Yeah,
on.
you could make a pitch to Mike, the subcommittee of his committee,
Yeah.
which seems to get more attention.
Pitch to whom?
Mike Mado. He's
Oh, yeah.
the chair of the Economic and
Oh, okay.
Sustainability Committee.
We can't do that.
Can't do that.
No, this is an age-friendly program. So unless we're gonna kick it to another committee,
For the next year,
Then we
the
need
action plan, yeah.
Mhm.
I think a working group, as Louise said, I think a working group will put a people working group for the farmers
People
market.
that want to do that.
Okay.
And then gather all that information, then get back to the age-friendly committee.
okay,
And
and then
then they take it to the council.
Okay.
we'll formalize it, yeah.
okay.
Because
Larry?
there's a lot of things in here that are going to cost some money and gonna take a lot of work, so we've got.
Prioritize and.
Yep.
And like including the new sources like writing the artists.
Yeah, because that's gonna be quite a discussion. to have
Yeah,
over
so
how
you may
we
wanna
make that.
handle that separate.
Yeah,
Well, any farmers market or peddlers rules that need to change.
right,
Handle those together.
right. The market's not gonna roll on, but,
No,
Yeah.
but
you're right, yeah,
I think if we did it as a work group.
Yep.
Yeah.
Under the,
Okay.
but if we put to
Prioritize.
all the,
Mhm.
and then if a couple people from. The economic wanna join in,
Yeah, always flying by them.
'Cause it really- I mean, it
we've
is,
gotta have more than two of us doing it.
oh, yeah, yeah, I mean. I think we kind of proved that people like it and want it, and that it could benefit the town enormously, because we had people from out of state who said. I'm here visiting my mother and I didn't know what to do, my husband's hiking the trail, or I'm picking up my daughter later from the trail. And wanted something to do on Saturday morning, so they came and spent money. When I thought I wasn't busy, two of my vendors said, oh, I made $150, I made $180, so.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really, and then. Driving down Penobscot, visitors are gonna then go back if they see something open, so it's, no question, it's good for the town. Yeah.
Okay, so you beat the butcher some.
Okay, so
And then,
Put it out through Ray
Okay.
Family.
Mhm.
could I ask you after this meeting maybe to brainstorm and make up names of people that you think I should contact for the work group? Thanks for that.
Sure.
Okay. And just so you know, I'm totally committed. I live at only a few blocks from Veterans Park. I'll be there Saturday morning, but we need help. And just to make it, to attract more vendors, they have to know it's worth their while to come. And so,
Right. Yeah,
that way.
and the town should be welcoming in
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
rules.
Well, we have some new things like the digital sign and. A quick question, I'm gonna be traveling out of the country from June 14th to 21st. We had a very slow beginning because it was raining. I'm questioning, and now it's been such great weather, we could potentially open the market a little bit later and continue it through October. Not have it during Trails End, which is on the 13th this coming, but. Either someone really being able to take charge in June, or starting July 4th when the town advertises us anyway, and going through mid-October, so.
That
Anyway,
that
that's
would
an
be
idea.
more in line with harvesting.
I think so, yeah, okay. So July 4th, because we got some free advertising from the town on their event sheet then anyway, so.
Nice.
Just to throw in, my son-in-law, who does a lot of web stuff, said, I've been sending him pictures all summer from the farmer's market, and my daughter, he said, hey, what if I did a little video for you of
Oh, that would be
your
nice.
shots from the farmer's market with some music, so he's gonna do that for us, that'd be cool,
Start a
And if you
Facebook.
get that,
yeah.
you can contact,
Bangor's News,
no, well, yeah, you can do them, but you can also. The cable TV,
yeah,
and they have to run those.
oh, they do,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's part of their
No, cat TVs.
cat TV, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and potentially, we could have it on the website, if we have a farmer's market link, it could say, with information about how to, we have to make sure we don't have any face shots of the Amish. Yeah,
And
No problem, okay.
and no shots of kids. No shots of kids.
Without the parents of their
Oh,
face.
Wow,
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
face paint quick.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I'm all for a work group, and I feel really good about it, so, thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Barbara.
Great.
Yes,
Us as the library wanted to get this off the ground and bring some of those partners together, but we've been wondering about the governance structure, and so this is really helpful to us.
and that's what we said at the last meeting, we've got to pull this together and decide, if it's going to go. It's gotta have some kind of governance under it.
Yeah.
So there was some kind of subcommittee, like informally.
It was kind of-
well, farmer's market planning group,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but those people weren't boots on the ground at all,
Well, you get some names together and we'll formally call it a work group.
Yeah.
And we can,
That's-
and we can advertise it out through the web and
Yeah.
on the sites and stuff. There may be people that are interested that just didn't know that they can help.
Right, exactly. And you can potentially get community credit for helping. I did contact somebody at the high school, but there was too much going on to get it all together, so.
Bureaucracy moves slowly.
Yeah, but we actually, I think we, convinced that any naysayers that it's a potentially really good thing.
All right, good. Get some good press in.
But without Tom, we would have been dead in the water, so thank you again, Tom, so.
I'm picking up a lot of loose ends lately.
You did clone yourself, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, moving on, food distribution brainstorm. Here's a problem we've got. Free meals to give out to a targeted population, and we haven't yet done it or got plans for it, so. Wait,
Amber and Diana from the town office were super helpful in making the trip down to us work in our favor, bringing back all of these boxes. So now they're in my office and,
you can only eat so much.
yeah. So obviously, like, I mean, they're shelf stable for a period of time. If like there isn't anything coming up that we can like piggyback on, or if we don't want to go just like the route of like,
Oh, there's no expiration date on it, is it?
I think it's a year.
Cool.
The date said 2024 on the boxes.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
box,
Yep.
Halloween. February.
And we talked about like, so we could be putting it out, like the hospital does the help yourself shelves, we could put it out there, we could also put it out at food pantries, give some to churches, just wherever like people are already going for food. We don't have to make up like a new event if it's, you know.
Yeah, well, along that line. I was remembering the Elks having a senior night or something.
I don't know.
That would be ideal.
Michelle, does the Elks have anything coming up?
You're on mute,
See,
Michelle.
a senior tea or something like that. I seem to recall, I don't know what time of year it is, but
Yeah.
that would be a perfect, because, you know, seniors.
The
would be all
cooking
seniors.
demonstration was a nice idea, as first described. but-
Yeah.
We'd be
So
glad-
the next thing coming up for the Elks is the Veterans Dinner. And then the
Bingo.
second Saturday in December is the senior Christmas party.
Okay.
Both of those could be great.
Yeah, both of those.
Do you think we could collaborate, you know, try to find a
That'd be
way
great, because that gets
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah.
to reach out to them and see if we can have a table and pass them out there?
Yeah, because we were, Michelle, I don't know if you know, we were planning on doing like a hot plate at the last farmer's market and giving out samples and then giving people the bags to take home. But obviously the farmer's market was canceled that day because surprise, it rained on the Saturday.
Hurricane, I believe, yeah.
That's one.
So it'd be great, like if we could do a similar thing at one or two of those events, probably.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know how involved they'd want to be with it. I mean, that's where somebody has to contact and really talk.
mhm,
I mean, it could be as simple as just a table informing them and passing it out near the entrance,
yeah.
or they could also be serving it.
Yep.
And they could out if they liked it. I think.
Yeah, I can bring it to my husband. I'll bring it to, the next meeting is next week, so they can bring that up.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
If anybody could, just shoot me an email with some specifics, just so I
Mhm.
have something to show them.
Yep.
That would be helpful, but I don't see any reason why either or both of those times. The veterans one is a little less attended. The senior party, we have a lot of
Yep.
people
Yeah.
there, so.
that would be great,
That'd be a
because
great one.
this is
What date
for,
is the senior party?
It's the second Saturday in December because it's the marathon's the first weekend and then senior party.
yeah, so it's from University of New England and through a grant that they had for feeding older adults. So that would be like
Yeah.
Perfect.
a perfect event to do something
Yes.
like that. And there's 680 of these bags, so like I don't expect that all of them would go there, but that would be like maybe our event, and then everything else could be passed out
Through the food
passively.
pantries,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or the hospital,
Yep,
yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're gonna use all avenues. We don't wanna limit ourselves, that's for sure.
yeah,
Rather run out than have
That'd be
leftovers.
great. That would be great.
yeah. Yeah, Michelle, I'll email you some flyers that we had about it that you could share.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I guess we did that one already. Any other suggestions other than library and what we've already talked about, I guess, in the past?
I guess
Uh,
community cafe at
Yeah.
Stern
Yeah,
did
yeah.
would be good.
I wonder if the friends would allow a table up there.
The auction.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, that's.
that's.
Next Friday.
We'll put it right up. Yeah, let's find, who wants to contact them?
I can text Ben or call.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, and all we need is a corner table and just,
Mhm.
oh, you don't look old enough, you can't have that. Okay, and we're back to.
Yeah.
We're up to you with the Sand Bucket Brigade.
Yeah, I put that on there.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Basically, all I wanted to know, what I wanted to talk to you about is, I've already talked to John, he's because we're trying to decide what to do with it.
Yeah,
Well, it's already established, that fire station.
yeah,
Doesn't mind his guys doing it. We don't have to change all the logos and all of our literature and stuff, it's all set.
good received, well received.
Yeah, we just want to run by and make sure everybody was okay with that, and that we should start getting advertising out for that.
Okay.
John, we figured around the 1st of November?
Yeah, I think it's great, they're keeping that inside the fire department because with my new hires, it's a way to get them out in the community and they're meet early and so I think it's a great fit.
Great, I'm
They're
glad.
gonna call
because-
me.
Yeah, did I make the flyer this year?
Yes,
So it's just
and
something
I've
I
got
could
it, I've
update,
got it.
okay,
Right.
are there dates on it to change or anything?
No dates.
Okay. Do you need more labels? Cause I think we still have.
I don't
some.
think so, I'm gonna dig around and I gotta dig those out and I gotta get the buckets and stuff and I'll get them up to Public Works and John.
Do the buckets.
I think we're gonna be okay, but I've already talked to them and if we need more buckets, I got them. Tell me anytime, just come and get what I need, so. I think we're gonna be set to at least get it started because that. I mean, that's been such a great program.
Well, that's just it.
People love it.
It's a perfect fit, and I really appreciate John taking it on because. Once you get it established and people in this town don't like change too much, so. Here we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you could just share that poster with all of us when you have
Yeah.
it, I'd love to spread the word here.
Thank you.
I've got it, like, send it back.
Yeah.
Is it good to start putting it in this month's newsletter at the end of the month? Do you
At the end of the
wanna-
month, I figured we'd get the buckets up to Public Works like the end of this month and they'll get them filled. And
It'll be ready to-
when we put that out, Amber, we need to put out the people that have buckets that need them filled. They can also call that number and we'll come and fill the bucket.
Yeah.
They don't need to bring it to us, we can go there,
Some
done.
people- some-
John and I did it last year, we went and filled buckets after the people had it.
Well, buckets with them, yeah,
Okay, I'll add it. Thank you.
Yep,
great. Anybody have updates?
I have a couple updates. Sorry, I didn't get them on the agenda. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
jump right in.
Okay, so just a few library things. I did want to share that Laura Potts, who is our resource navigator, has moved to Rhode Island.
Oh,
So, it's too bad. She did really good work here and we miss her already.
yeah.
In the meantime, we do have John Martin, who is also trained in those things. He's maintaining the resource navigation service, but we're at a lower capacity and we're kind of taking our time to figure out what we're doing next with that. And if anyone has input specifically on that, maybe talk to me afterwards. Any questions right away or, okay. And one other, on a lighter note, I just wanted to share that we have been working with Penquis this year to get people signed up for LIHEAP right here at the library. It's been very successful. I think every appointment slot has been filled. Sometimes they've been double booked because they had some turnover as well. So that's worked really well to get people connected on the spot. And I'm hoping we can do that each year and do that with other resources that are really essential to people, bring those experts right into the space, getting people signed up on the spot. So.
No, that's been really appreciated. I've had a few calls.
Oh,
I've
good.
been really glad to have somebody actually come and, because a lot of people just don't know how to navigate through that.
Yeah, and it's tricky to do it on Zoom or on the
Yeah.
phone.
Oh, yeah. You're
Barrier,
frustrated.
so.
Are you, is there, I've also had some calls about, are you doing something with, like a community center after school
So
type thing?
we have an extra space in the basement here. This isn't necessarily like, but I'll share it anyway
Right.
because it's interesting. And we've had some feedback that people want space to read, and our teens that they need more space in particular. So we're planning on redoing one of the down areas, mostly just repainting, getting some new furniture, and we've got some grants for that so that they can have more space in the after school hours.
And I take that as age friendly and
Yeah.
help advertise that, because
Yeah,
we're supposed to be for all ages. It's
Exactly.
for everything, so.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of excitement buzzing about that right
Is
now.
Yeah.
there,
Great, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
in this place, is there any plans for activities that would entertain the youth?
Yeah, so what we found is that they were best kind of teen led. And
Yeah.
so the teens are some of the regulars at the library have been programs like the Pokemon Club, Dungeons and Dragons, and they're actually helping plan our Halloween party on the 27th for young. So we're kind of letting them steer, but giving them all the tools they need to make their ideas happen.
Well, hopefully we
Yeah.
as a community developer,
Yeah.
besides, just those games, there might be some electronic games and whatever.
Totally, yeah. I'm like a gaming station. We've had some people say, oh, I have an old Xbox, I have this, they would love that, and
Well, pull them in with electronics and
yeah.
try to stick something in front of them.
yeah.
Bait and switch.
But I don't mean to dwell on this too much, but I really hope it'll be an all ages space, like, we wanna make it just older adults asking for just that cozy place to hang out in the
Yeah.
mornings, maybe there's coffee, maybe there's some. And then kind of switching it over in the afternoons to serve the
Kids,
kids,
yeah,
so,
it's perfect
yeah.
use
yeah.
and a good addition to our agendas.
Yeah. And then I have one other update that I'm doing on behalf of Nature Conservancy. They are in the process of designing a trail up kind of near the ice caves and the Debskinades. And the idea is that it's going to be an all persons trail.
Yeah,
And
I'm
completely
supposed to test
accessible.
drive that baby.
Yeah. They are looking for feedback on what would make you want to use a trail like this. What barriers might prevent you from accessing or recreating on the trail. So we have paper surveys here at the library that can be returned here. And then there's also a link, which I can send out to everyone afterwards, where you can provide feedback there. More involved if you want.
What is the length of that trail?
What's the link?
Length.
Oh, the length
I know-
of the trail. I think it's gonna be about 3/4 of a mile, is what it
Alright,
says.
yeah.
Yeah,
They plan on adding to it later on, I know, but.
yeah.
I think we'll have someone from the Nature Conservancy next age friendly meeting presenting
Oh, cool.
about it and
Great.
answering some questions, so.
where is Millinocket in relation to this? Mel?
How
That's
far
off-
up
that's
is
off the Golden Road.
Right.
Eagle Bridge?
Oh, you're at A-Ball Bridge,
And then 3 miles from
Yeah.
Eagle Bridge, so that would be how many miles
25 miles or so.
up the Golden Road? Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, with views of Katahdin and Pockwaukemus Falls should
Yep.
be pretty cool. I'll send out the link to this later.
I had some updates just
Yeah.
about some events. So Millinocket Regional Hospital is offering 2 different support groups. One is for cancer caregiver support and the other is for cancer patient support. I sent some flyers to the committee before this meeting. I have some printed here. They're being led by Marie Sutherland, social worker of the hospital, and they're actually at Millinocket Regional Primary Care Office in the multi-purpose room, so easily accessible, and hoping that people will start coming. I think there was some confusion on dates and time and location, so I hope this clears it up, and people will probably see it in their email box, and if you could just share it within your network, that would be very much appreciated.
Great.
And then I also wanted to put a plug in for the AARP Lifelong Communities Conference. Their topic this year is housing. And it's actually gonna be in Orono. It's on October 16th. It's a free registration. I signed up to go. I wasn't sure if anyone else from the Age Friendly Committee was planning on going. But if not, I'll be there and I'll bring back information. Hopefully finally learn something about that grant that we had heard but haven't received any information about. So, yeah, they have some interesting workshops that they'll be offering. So hopefully something that we can learn from.
We might even want a work group on housing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because
That's a
State-
big, that's a
the
big,
whole state.
it's a big one, but I mean, to investigate grants for repairs,
Mhm.
we can't work on zoning and all that, but you know.
Yeah.
I've thought
I'm
about
going
that
to
a
this
lot,
because
Barbara.
it's gonna be, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of tiny houses and ADUs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we need to, the town, needs
oh, we need space on the lots to put them on.
yeah, and there's a lot, the state, when the state passed that law, if you've read any of that.
Well, we got new heights. so
They
now
can
we-
do a lot of things that our zoning doesn't allow for.
Yeah.
We got new heights, and we can tear the roofs off our garage and put 2 ADUs up there.
There you go.
But Barbara, I think that's a great idea because locally it's such a gap. There's not like a housing authority. There's not an organization
Yep.
dedicated to that. So this might be a way that this committee could really step
Yeah,
up.
and
Or
I
a
was,
subcommittee of it.
yeah, I was on a Zoom yesterday with, it was like an opinion group that Patricia O referred me to. They were doing surveys of several older Mainers about different issues. And, they were not aware of things like, the RDA programs for loans and
rural
grants,
development,
rural
yeah.
development, and also Habitat for Humanity is now having repair programs. There's somebody in Bangor who's doing, so there's a lot of new stuff going on. I think Age Friendly Committee has a lot of, it's an umbrella organization for perhaps these work groups, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea to start a work group and hopefully it'll grow into a formal.
Yeah. But there's information and there's money. We just need people who can focus on that one aspect of Age Friendly, so.
Yeah.
We, you know, there's transportation and food shortage and housing and other,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of,
can get overwhelmed, yeah.
I have Shinford Library.
Yeah.
Sorry, to shift gears. Okay. There's also, so there's been some confusion about the support groups and that we have named like 2 different support groups that have very similar names. So we have caregiver support group. At the library, there is a caregiver support group and it's for caregivers of persons with dementia, right? And that's being
Is that
led,
ongoing, really?
There's
there's an upcoming
an
meeting.
upcoming meeting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's gonna be held here and it's through Eastern area, right?
Mhm.
That's, and with these flyers, there's been some confusion about like.
Yeah.
Who is like owning what, so I don't know the time or anything of that, cause I haven't seen a flyer for that support group.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's something that exists, but I would also share that within
Okay.
our network.
Yeah,
if
I'll
there's
ask
one.
Nicole,
collaborate with them, yeah.
Yeah,
And that was more general, not necessarily cancer, right? It was any chronic dementia
Yeah.
or,
More dementia,
Yeah.
right?
dementia
Yeah,
focus.
caregivers with dementia.
right.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll ask Nicole, and I think with branding, I mean, I was gonna mention. I've, these are very similar looking, so I don't know if there's a way for like, maybe the caregiver one to have a different
Yeah.
color. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I thought
we'll try
the
to make
same.
ours look a little different too,
Yeah.
for that reason, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'll get you that info.
Thank you.
Perfect. Any other updates anywhere, anybody? New suggestions, no?
I do have a need. Wondering, and maybe this isn't the place to ask either, but we have,
Start.
that's what I was thinking. So we're about to receive 50 to 75 Christmas trees to give away this year. Diana's familiar with the organization, and there's Alex. Reached out to me a few months ago, and now that fall is here and it's getting closer, I need to hone in on some logistics and some manpower, but specifically identifying families in need. I know there's probably way more than 75 out there, but open to any suggestions as to how to,
Word out,
well, to find out where to get the word out and how, and
how to organize it, get a list.
yeah,
Be nice to have a list ahead of time, wouldn't it?
yeah, and that would, you know, we'd have to cap it, obviously.
Yeah,
So it would be first come, first serve unless we know who they are and reach out to them specifically, but. Yeah, if this is the appropriate place for that, then I would appreciate any help I can get.
Hey,
75.
Michelle, I'd be happy to connect offline. I can help you in like my capacity within community initiatives and like our event planning group. So different. It wouldn't be through the age friendly committee, but I am happy to lean in if you want to set up a time for us to get together tomorrow or
Sure.
within the next week.
Yeah, next week would be great.
Cool.
Thank you, Emma.
alright,
Can you say something? Or,
no, just working it out organically, so we like. Okay, then, any other updates? No? Maybe. If stuff comes up. We're up to, next meeting. How's, the second look, November 2nd? Same time? Seems to be holding up all right, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
you just make sure the the room is available anytime that day,
Thank you.
so. 2:00.
Perfect.
AFM 2 PM. Yeah. Okay. Well, last thing is adjournment.
Motion adjourned.
Okay, so we're done.
Second.
Anybody else say goodbye? All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.